this is the Germany game. It feels like everybody in America is fuming right now that we're getting this game stupidly early over there. It is perfect for all of us. 2:30 on a Sunday, ideal time. I'm very excited to sit down and watch it. Tom, it's a shame this game's not on the main slate because I feel like it could be one we're attacking. But for your redraft leagues, maybe even for that showdown matchup, is there a particular player, a particular matchup that you're looking forward to?
It's Tyreek Hill's revenge game. You know, there's certain players who they want to go out and have big performances. When Hill left the Chiefs, there was a lot of people talked up the fact that he was going to play with a lesser quarterback, and Hill, for his part, he's continuously bigged up to her. And now this is one of the most fantastic offenses in the league. They're both top 5 offenses in DVOA, so I fully believe that we can see plenty of offensive production. It'll be very interesting to see how the Chiefs try and stop Tyreek Hill, because their pass defense has been very good this season as well. Like, they aren't the kind of Chiefs defense that we've seen over the last few years where sometimes it can be a little bit weak. Kansas City, they're third versus wide receiver ones. So if you look, that's in DVOA metric. So if you look at that on paper, you'd say, okay, Kansas City should be able to clamp Tyreek down, and then they rank 24th against wide receiver twos. So in theory, perhaps it's a Jalen Waddle week. Jalen Waddle last week racked up more receiving yards than Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill left the game briefly for a bit. And then on the other side of things for Miami, their defense, it's not been a strength this year, but it's getting healthier. They've got Jalen Ramsey back. Xavier Howard should be playing this week. I think that you can't forget how much of a help that is going to be for them trying to deal with the Chiefs. But really, I mean, Tyreek Hill gave the quotes today. Look out for Travis Kelce. All you've got to do is look out for Travis Kelce. I think last week and the week before, we've seen Rashee Rice have over 60% snap share in back-to-back weeks, and he's kind of really growing into that. Yeah, he's growing into that wide receiver role because the Chiefs just have nothing else there. Pacheco, RB18, it was a disappointing game against the Broncos, but sometimes we kind of take it for granted that these divisional games can be a bit funky, even against a team who's been as bad all year as the Broncos have been. I think you probably have to start Raheem Mostert if you need to. I mean, he's the RB5 on the season in points per game. It has dropped off over the last couple of weeks, and it seems like they're maybe pushing an effort to try and get Jalen Waddle going in that spell. But Mostert has been brilliant this year. I think, he's definitely going to have opportunities if the Chiefs are trying to really look after Tyreek Hill and take him out of the game. So, yeah, it doesn't feel too difficult to interpret this one.
Yeah, I think for me, Mostert's a must start. Like, I don't think, unless you're absolutely loaded, I'd be shocked if you can get away from Mostert this week. He's running back 13 for me in my ranks this week, and I think that's, that there's going to be enough volume there. The thing I'm really excited about this game, and it's probably not necessarily fantasy relevant, is this Miami offensive line. It's become a bit of a joke, and I've become a bit of a troll of myself saying Miami can't beat anybody good. But the reason they can't be any good is that their offensive line is horrendous. They have got 4 below average starters at the moment because of the injuries that they've got. And I think that depending on what Chris Jones and the Kansas City front seven are going to do is going to dictate what's going to happen in this game. If they can't hold up, it means that Tyreek's not going to be able to get open deep because Tua's not going to be able to hold the ball long enough. It means that we're going to have to see that A-dot shrink, and therefore it's not going to be as high-value touches. So I'm praying that the Miami offensive line can hold up enough that this game can be the shootout that we're all hoping of and all dreaming of, because it could be really, really interesting. Somewhat of a glamour tie, shall we say.